Wrestling fans, now you too can look as cool as Monty and the Pharaoh by wearing the official Monty and the Pharaoh sunglasses at night for $8.99 each. That's only $8.99 each. Now available at montyandthepharaoh.com. We know what you're thinking. Did they fire off 6 fascinating points of interest or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all the excitement of watching and listening to Long Island's #1 wrestling podcast, I've actually forgotten myself. But being this is the Monty and the Pharaoh from Indie Music Studios in Ronkonkoma, and the fact that they were talking to yet another champion wrestling star, one of the most powerful and talented performers from the wrestling franchise, and not to forget, well-informed and provocative interview questions asked and answered. It was such an interesting and entertaining hour, the questions nearly blew your head clean off. Now you've got to ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Do ya, punk?
What? Yeah. No, I'm behaving myself. No, I'm not playing in abandoned buildings. What? Again? Now, I suppose you had those people follow me again. Fine. Hey, this is Jimmy Farrow from Monty and the Pharaoh, and I want to thank all our subscribers. We have now passed 14,000 on our YouTube channel. But I want to ask our subscribers to take the next step for us and become a full-fledged member of Monty and the Pharaoh. Yeah, that's right, folks. There's 3 different levels to choose from. There's free shirts. There's free autographs. Just check it out and become a member of Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh. Later.
All right, welcome to Long Island's #1 pro wrestler broadcast. Monty the Pharaoh, only seen here and produced here out of Indie Music TV from Ronkonkoma, Long Island. And at the board, call from the bullpen is Abe. Don't panic, Abe.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but what's going on?
Abe doesn't know if you can hear him, but, you know, what's going on? But we're glad you're here, brother. We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get at it. Lots to talk about.
So, hit it.
The day after Brooklyn Nets announced that Kyrie Irving won't play in any games as long as his violation of New York City's vaccine requirement. Lotta. Tread lightly, Jimmy Farrow.
I hate Kyrie Irving, you know that.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to get a vaccine.
Right, and he's completely pissing on New York protocol. And he's a bitch that plays basketball.
Wow.
That's what I think about Kyrie Irving. I'm sorry. I can't stand the guy, and I think that they should just cut ties for him. He's going to make his money. He's going to sit at home. He's going to be paid one way or the other. Get rid of him. He is an absolute disease to a team. And I bet you, Durant and Harden.
New shout out to monthly membership, Sharon. Sharon Lowry has joined the monthly membership here.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's right here.
Hey, Shar.
So it's welcome.
What's
welcome, Sharon. How are you?
Thank you.
Back to what you said?
Wow, that was different. I think Kyrie Irving is a bitch, and he's an overpaid bitch, and I think that he's an absolute disgrace, and I would never want him to be my teammate. He sucks. How about that?
There you go.
You know, it's a shame, too, because he's got mega talent, but he's not worth one penny of it because he's just a syphilis kind of situation there. They got to cut the rope, you know.
A little shout-outs there, Farrow. Shout-out to Chris Lee. We got WOB in the house, Maria in the house,
Maria.
PJ,
Yeah.
802.
802.
We got
What you got there?
ESO, our super sponsor,
That's
creative,
right, that's
absolutely.
Right. Chris Lee from Australia, mind
Chris
you.
Lee and Todd B. Craft, welcome, as always.
Of course.
And new member, Sharon Lowry, welcome.
Thank you, Sharon.
Jeff,
thank you.
welcome aboard. Rick B's in the house.
Oh.
The big boss Fetty in the house. So we got a filled house. Oh, Wisteria Hall here.
Hey, Bartman! What up?
So
what do you think about?
I want to remind everybody next week.
Yeah.
We have those video call-ins. We've already got people signing up. So if you have Rally, welcome. So guys,
Talk to Monty and the
message
Pharaoh
the
live.
Monty the Pharaoh
there you go.
page. We'll set you up. It's going to be a groundbreaking thing where we'll set you up with a time where you'll get a link from the producer, and you'll click that, and you'll be live with video on
Abe
the show.
or Matt? Which producer?
It is Matt.
It's Matt,
Matt
Matty
is
Ice.
in the house.
Okay, all right.
Maria Davis says, we are riding high.
Thank you. Yes, we are.
So you want to ask me
Matter of
about
fact.
Kyrie Irving? I feel that Kyrie Irving is actually making a stand, that he wants to make a stand.
You are such a...
But
Are you kidding me? You
What?
want this piece of shit on your team?
no, I didn't say that.
All right, then say what
It's
you...
two different
go
things.
Ahead,
Do
go
I
ahead.
like him as a basketball player or a human being? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Do I respect the fact that he wants to make a stand for his own
Now,
rights?
now, hold on a second here. He claims to be the voice for the voiceless, but he hasn't said a single fucking thing. How can you be the voice for the voiceless if you don't talk? What the hell are you talking about? Disgrace.
What is this voice of the voiceless?
Well, that's
stuff?
a whole nother thing.
Like
You know, I probably wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole or with my 10-foot pole. You know, I'm not touching that.
All right, guys, we're going to dive into something the Pharaoh loves to talk about a lot. Is
please.
Gabby
Why do you do this to me?
Petito's mom slams Brian Laundrie's lawyer after he called her strangulation a tragedy. The mother of Gabby, I hope I say this right, Petito. Am I saying that right?
I think he
I
is.
think I am.
Yeah.
Has reacted to comments made by Brian Laundrie's attorney after Wyoming officials revealed the Long Island, New York woman was strangled to death. Thoughts?
First of all, I pronounce his last name Laundry as in dirty laundry because he's got plenty of it.
That's true.
Okay. Thoughts. You know what my thoughts are. I'm sick and tired of this story.
Well, do you think the lawyer's out of line?
Out of line for what?
You know, saying
Who gives a shit what he says?
tragedy.
He's just posturing anyway. He's just posturing. That's his job to posture like that and make nice because he knows his it's not a good situation there for
802 says voice of the
client.
voiceless. All kinds of people talk about not getting the shot.
Yeah. How about them apples?
There you go.
You know,
Voice of the
I got
voiceless.
it because I
Look,
needed to.
I know how much you hate
I needed
talking
to get
about
it, so
the
I got
subject
it.
of this,
Whatever.
this murder of this poor young
Yeah,
lady.
because I want the son of a bitch caught, and then we can fillet him live on television.
What do you?
That'd be
like,
nice.
Why do you? Why
Start
do you
with his
not
toes?
like speaking about this story?
Because I think that it gets to the point where
I mean,
it
let me
becomes
let the
a
fans out
media
there before the
circus.
show started.
Someone's dead, and it becomes a media circus, and I think it's kind of sickening. Okay? That's how I feel about it. This goes all the way back, as I was telling Abe, to live through the O.J. Simpson trial. Holy shit, what a year that was.
Hey, Phil Descar said he's right. Dog the Bounty Hunter is on the case, though.
Good. And you know what? Dog will get him. I
Are
like
you
Dog.
serious?
I like Dog. You leave Dog
Oh
out. You
my
leave Dog out. You don't
God.
like Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Not
What's-
really,
oh, let me
dude.
guess. He's got long hair.
got a
Probably
mullet.
smokes pot. Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
Pothead.
Okay. He was.
He's a pothead. QB1J Brony, what's up, guys? New to the chat room. Big fan of the show. We're a big fan of you, and we
Thank
thank
you.
you for joining.
Thank
We're
you.
a big fan of all the people that watch our show, so thank you. We're
Absolutely.
always honored. Again, I'm going to repeat. Next week is our first live call-ins. Ask Monty and the Pharaoh anything.
Anything?
Anything.
I think that's a little dangerous.
Anything.
That could be a little dangerous.
Anything.
A little bit. A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. What are they going to ask you? Hey, Mike, crest or aim?
No, they'll say, hey, Monty, how fat are you?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's a good thing the table's blocking. Anyway,
Oh, man,
next.
look at that.
Would you
Throwing
please?
shots, eh?
I am not.
Throwing shots.
Ay, ay, ay.
Wow.
This is terrible. What do you want to compare arms? You can make fun of me for a while if you want.
To the right
That's
is the
fine.
start of the show, Mr. Jimmy Farrow. Jimmy, how are you? How was your weekend? Did you have a long week this week? You look a little tired.
I'm pretty tired.
Why are you so tired?
I've been exercising.
Exercising?
Yeah, I've been exercising. What?
What have you been exercising on?
Isometrics, calisthenics.
Do you have an exercise bike?
Stretching.
Do you have an exercise bike?
Do I have an exercise? No, I have an exercise moped, you wise ass.
What
do you think? Yeah, I take my moped and I go around and around in circles.
Like
it's
exhausting. You have a
exhausting.
treadmill? You said you exercise. You do treadmill.
Yeah, I stretch
elliptical.
things. I stretch things and
Gotcha.
stuff. I thrust and I work out heavily.
Wait a minute, hold on.
What?
Are you saying something different?
No, I'm working out. What? You don't thrust where you? No.
I got you. Oh,
Yeah.
So it's like you're lifting weights. pushing.
Yeah, I got a
gotcha.
floor program too. The floor program, like the push-ups off the floor. You do this with your arms and stuff like that. Then you move your hips around.
You use hips in your exercise?
Absolutely.
Get
Yeah,
outta
dude,
here.
I'm like Limber Larry. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, not bad. What do you do?
Dude, I almost think that we should do an exercise bike.
Monty and the Pharaoh exercise bike.
How about an exercise tape?
Wait a minute, you in a exercise tape? You're going to be like Jane Fonda for us? That would be kind of cool. What are you going to wear? What would Mike Monty wear in his exercise video? And don't say a thong because I just ate.
I don't know. That gets a little tricky. All right, I'd like to thank the band that sings the theme song for Monty and the Pharaoh. Our own Jimmy Pharaoh leads the band Wisteria Hall, along with his partner Bart Griggs. Wisteria Hall sings such great songs as In My Dreams, This Life, Not Far Behind, Here Comes the Rain. You can find their music on Spotify, Apple Music, Reverb Nation, and please go to their YouTube page, hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe. Wisteria Hall, one of the great bands out there, and I mean from the heart. Incredible music.
Thank you, sir.
If you didn't know it, you are watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestler broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh, and you can watch Monty and the Pharaoh on the Monty and the Pharaoh YouTube page, the Monty and Pharaoh Facebook Live page. Hear us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, or where all audio music or broadcasts can be found.
Okay.
Catch us on the Monty and the Pharaoh Twitch TV page. If you live in New York, a little alert, programming alert. We've been changed on channel 115 every Tuesday. We're on prime time, 9:30 p.m., right? 9:30,
yeah, nice.
And Saturday at 11:30 p.m.
I love that time slot.
How come?
Because Saturday night at 11:30. I mean, if
It's like Saturday Night Live time, right?
It kind of is. It's kind of like a really good time. You got your joints in full swing, and you got your buzz going on, and that's a good spot. That is a good spot.
Kurt Fax says, "Thank you guys for the Tony Atlas video. He is the best. Thoughts on Tuesdays with Tony?"
Hey, that's a home run, man. I'm just thrilled. I know Tony is thrilled. It's dude, it's almost indescribable, to be honest. Like, we've talked about it off the air. Like, did you ever think one day that you'd have Tony Atlas on your channel doing a program?
Mike Fry says, "Good evening."
Hey, what's up, Mike? What's going
Davio
on?
says, "Pharaoh's training for a surprise run-in on the Boston Whale."
Yeah, I'm going to
Jeff Rumplick, very interesting question. Wants
up?
to know when Wisteria Hall will be appearing on the Monty and the Pharaoh show.
That's a great question. Mike, would it be fair to say probably fairly soon?
I've been asking this for a year. I'm ready, bro.
I think
Get you guys on the dais. That they're rebuilding the stage right now in the studio.
They are.
So,
yeah, I'm thinking pretty soon. To be very honest, Jeff, I think so. I think it's going to have to happen, especially after the rehearsal we had this week. We had a really good one, so
right.
I can see that happening. Who's calling? Ghostbusters?
No, I'm just reading something. I'm trying to understand what it is.
Okay.
So back to Tony. Thoughts on Tony? I think it is pretty
I don't
cool,
understand
dude.
it either.
I think it is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, who would have ever thought when we were kids that we would have Tony Atlas on our channel, And I like the fact that he's very comfortable with what he's doing. He's in a free and easy format, and the fans seem to be loving it. The comments we're getting, and a lot of people are watching it. Dude, it's a home run. I'm thrilled. I am thrilled.
ECO says Wisteria Hall, right? Rally live jam session.
Yeah, thank you.
Maria
We shall
Davis,
be doing
Tony's
that.
kicking butt. Let's not forget, also debuting this Monday is Macho Man, and he'll be doing a weekly show along with friend of the show, Sonny Beach.
Yep.
And I will tell everybody, have expectation of a rocker maybe joining the
I'm
Monty
telling
and the Pharaoh
you,
channel.
Marty Giannotti.
Another side note, you talk about not expecting things. I don't know if people are aware, but we received a call from
Here we go.
NBC Studios
Yep.
about 2 weeks ago. They
That's
were
right.
interested in having Tony's character built into the Young Rock.
That's
They
great.
contacted me and Jimmy, and
Yep.
Jimmy and I negotiated a deal for Tony Atlas. So Tony Atlas will now be part of the Young Rock.
Holy
So,
NBC.
great stuff coming up.
I mean, think about that.
And, thanks to everybody watching.
Of course.
Brings the attention to us and
There it is.
allows something great for Tony Hollis to happen.
There it is, folks. That's you. That's
All
you
right,
out
we'll
there.
be back after this commercial break with what we call never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake.
See you in a second.
Jimmy, I just got the best hookup on tickets.
Fill me in.
I went to www.seatslinks.com and ordered the best tickets with the best prices.
Call 718-676-0504. SeatsLink, the complete ticket experience.
Tell them Charles sent you. In the mood for a freshly roasted cup of coffee? www.offthe-railscoffeeroasters.com. All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh. We've got Raleigh out there says Lucky Strike live session. He loves those lucky stripes.
I sure do. Not stripes, Lucky Strike.
Whatever. I
Lucky.
don't smoke
Can I have one of those Lucky Stripes?
Come on, man. Kurt Fox says you guys are the best. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
So I'm working one early morning.
You're always
and
working.
I put the computer on.
You never stop
right?
working.
And I
Go
always listen to stuff. I
Yeah.
got to tell you.
I know.
You're a big fan of New Jack. We've had him in studio twice.
Oh my God, yeah.
You were pretty shaken by his death.
Yeah, I was.
But
I was.
I got to tell you, I was if you put on YouTube, right, you have a video playing, then whatever other videos just come right after.
Right.
What comes on? Big fucking Whale's show comes on, and he's interviewing New Jack, right?
Big fucking whale. Great. Okay.
I gotta tell you, I was a little angry.
Why?
Because he's talking to New Jack, and they start trashing Mustafa.
Our buddy Mustafa?
Our buddy Mustafa.
Who was also our buddy?
Yeah.
Love them both, New Jack and Mustafa. Why were they trashing Mustafa? What's up with that? What was the problem?
The subject is that...
What?
First, Big Fat Whale keeps pushing...
New Jack
to talk bad
say
about Mustafa.
to say shit.
So basically saying,
shocking.
you were the one that people came to see, blah blah blah.
Oh, come on.
Something happened
What a
between
dick.
Taz and New Jack.
Right.
So New Jack got suspended. So supposedly Mustafa went to Paulie and said, "Hey, I could work singles."
Okay.
So Paulie told New Jack, and then New Jack read Mustafa the riot act, saying,
right.
"I'm the guy."
A little bit of betrayal. What are you doing there?
Right, and they're going, and then at some point. They were supposed to be at some kind of match, and they won the belts or something. And don't hold me to the entire story.
Okay.
People could correct me out there.
That's fine.
And not that I'm trying to push people to go watch this video. It's just that
No, please don't.
It really
please
bothered
don't. There's
me.
a big fat whale involved.
So
Next.
Mustafa was in California with the new gangsters.
Yeah.
So when New Jack found out,
Right.
he just totally got Mustafa fired from ECW
Okay.
and moved
Okay.
on.
All right.
And even though Mustafa told New Jack
Right.
that he was going to tell him and all that stuff, New
Right.
Jack supposedly didn't talk to him for 5 years.
Okay.
So
That's
all
not-
I kept thinking was
that's rough.
Mustafa on the couch going into tears,
Yeah.
thinking about New Jack.
Right.
And then I was thinking about Sabu, talking about how
Wow.
sometimes they turn it up in the interview and,
Sure.
maybe say certain things. Remember we asked about his feelings
Absolutely.
about Tony Atlas.
Sabu said New Jack played the game perfectly all the time. He knew how to stroke people's emotions, and he did it on purpose. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. This is pro wrestling, baby. That's how I feel about that.
But isn't that like his brother, dude? Like, that's Mustafa. Isn't that his, best friend?
Well, obviously, there must be some realism going on underneath all of that shit. If they didn't speak for 5 years, then obviously something New Jack felt disrespected by.
Let me ask you.
And I'll tell you what, we've met both of them, and I actually really like both of them very much. I mean, I'm going to always miss New Jack. I'm still not over the fact that he passed away. But if New Jack was legitimately angry, something went down.
Well, hold on.
Something went down.
It made me think about the last interview with Mustafa. And you asked him about going to Puerto Rico.
Right.
Right? You
Right.
specifically asked him
Which he
about
did
that.
well over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But something I didn't catch on, and
Yeah.
then I realized after listening to this New Jack thing, Mustafa says to you, I had something to prove.
Right.
And I didn't get it at the time. I don't know what
Right.
I kind of just went over my head, right?
There's part of your reality.
But there
right
it is.
Right.
So you're talking
Something
about.
went down.
So how would you feel? If I got suspended?
Yeah.
And
Dude, I would
you
be-
went to the owner of the station, said, hey, I want to do the show by myself.
Nah.
He told me, and
That's
I
not
came
me.
to you, and
I'll pretend. I'll play pretend.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you.
Fine, I'm
Pretend.
pretending. Go ahead.
And then I turn around and said, I make this show. How would that make you feel?
Oh, I'd be like, fuck you,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
What the fuck, bro?
I mean, New Jack said that to Mustafa. I would
Right.
be angry if I was
You know
Mustafa
what,
too.
I mean, is he actually quoted somewhere saying that? Because I'm not even sure he said that.
I'm just going off what New Jack
Right.
told the story. And meanwhile, Big Fat Whale is sitting there just going, I don't even know who Mustafa is. You're the guy. You're the legend. And I'm just thinking to myself, like,
What a phony, baloney, bullshit, ass kisser looking to fucking stir up this shit. Shut the fuck up, you big fat whale. Anyway, what is this? You got me all fucking, like hating on the big fat whale again.
No, I don't. It really isn't
Who's
about
totally
him.
fucking irrelevant, like a dissipating fart. Who gives a fuck?
I was just kind of disappointed
Yeah.
in New Jack. I really was. I was like,
man, I don't know, bro. I mean, again, how much of it is play with New Jack? How many times did he purposely stir the pot to get people to go wild to pay attention to what he was trying to put over? Who knows? That's this business, right?
I guess.
I mean, it's always blurred.
You're right.
I can't tell half the time if people are fucking for real in
No,
this
you're
business.
right, you're right.
It happens all the time.
right.
We see it all the time. How many people have been like, one way to us, and we quickly discover full of feces.
Yeah, but these are people around the wrestling industry. It's not really
That's
the
true.
wrestlers.
But
The
they think
wrestlers
they're in
are-
it. We're in it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my God. They're the worst kind anyway.
Well, something's in the water in Mississippi.
Something's
Ted DiBiase and his sons owe millions after embezzlement scandal.
Oh, no.
An investigation of illegally spent welfare funds has resulted in the DiBiase family being ordered to repay millions of dollars to the state of Mississippi. More than $77 million that was intended to assist needy families in Mississippi.
Well, could you say that one more time? Intended to assist needy families. $77 million.
Instead illegally spent and misappropriated an embezzled scheme.
Wow.
Mississippi State Auditor Shad White said it's time for Ted DiBiase, his two sons, and this is another one,
NFL Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre,
and many others to pay back their share of misused money.
Wow.
The exact amount of money owed by DiBiase's son included a bold excerpt below. So we'll just look, auditor's office, let me see. Well, basically, from what I understand, DiBiase has to pay $7 million.
Wow.
I think his son has to pay another $2 million. That's Ted Jr. And then Brent DiBiase, I think it's Brett or Brent, has to pay about $300,000.
How much did Favre have to cough up?
Millions.
Nice.
And guys, I don't know if my numbers are exactly right,
Okay.
so always
you
feel
get the
free
idea.
to correct
Yeah,
me
you get
because
the
I'm
idea, though.
usually wrong.
Hey, do me a favor. I know you always ask me for the reaction first. Please give me your response or your feelings on Ted DiBiase. Please.
Wow. So the show's already started. I felt very sad for Mustafa and actually New Jack, both of them. Because, remember, Mustafa never got to say goodbye, right?
Mm-hmm.
He even says that in the interview. Mm-hmm. And I felt like, is that really how New Jack wants to be remembered with his relationship with Mustafa?
Right.
Is that the last legendary interview we're going to hear from New Jack?
Right.
Disappointing. So then I thought about Ted DiBiase and IRS sitting on his couch. And in the script, we were going to ask about the embezzlement problems with his son.
Right.
We decided, it was a very long interview. It was almost 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And we decided, you know what? We're not going there. It's wonderful.
Right. Right. It was an we were
ESO
having...
Creative says there went the $1 Million Man meet and greet.
Yeah, huh?
Well, I don't think he's going to jail. So Big Bassetti says $700K for Ted DiBiase has to be paid for by the end of the year.
Wow.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it looks like everybody's got a price.
So I sat across Mr. DiBiase, and I really enjoyed his company.
Yeah, he was
we
great.
We really spoke about a lot of stuff. We drove in the car, had something to eat together. Wonderful man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it still doesn't hide the fact that he stole money from people.
Dude, he didn't just steal money from people. He stole money, welfare money from needy people. Don't make me say what I'm thinking, because I actually have a lot of...
say it, bro. You gotta say it.
Oh, man, I don't want to. You know what? You're right. I will, because the Pharaoh must be the Pharaoh. Hey, for all of those who took money from the needy, fuck you. What are you fucking doing? And they're wealthy to begin with. Come on, right?
Maybe not.
Oh, really? They really weren't well. What are you doing with your money? Are you kidding? Brett Favre isn't wealthy after playing 20 years
I gotta tell
in the
you,
NFL?
I can't understand why Brett Favre would even venture into this.
I can't either.
Don the Barber, everybody's got a price. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
You ain't kidding. I mean, I thought Brett was out in the
Davio
woods
says
chopping
DiBiase's
trees.
going to have to work for Virgil.
Wow. That would be an interesting little role reversal there, huh? Get me my slippers and my crumpets and tea, Ted. Wow, that's rough,
Maria
man.
thinks that Vince is going to pay for Ted DiBiase.
I bet you she's right.
Wow.
Wow. You know what, Maria?
Great comment.
Maria, you're always spot on. I bet you she's right. I think that Vince would do something like that. Ted's one of Vince's sacred ones. You know it. Come on, he's even had him working recently in NXT.
I got to be honest. I'm sad that I can't look at Ted DiBiase. I came out of that interview.
It sucks that this
thinking,
happened.
what a wonderful man
I still think he was awesome when he was here. It's not going to change my memories of him being here that one day. You know what I'm trying to say? But as far as his, this is awful. This is an awful thing that he did, And don't pretend you didn't know what you were doing, Ted. You obviously a pretty smart guy. Except this wasn't very smart, was it?
No.
Next.
So, basically the show's based on, we got a little bit of a war starting to happen, right? Everybody's well aware. We've got Crown Jewel coming up next Thursday. The WWE is not preempted, but moved to FS1. That's Fox Sports Network 1 for SmackDown, where it's already known that they're going to do an overrun of 1 hour. A half an hour, I apologize, 30 minutes. AWA President Tony Khan continued to stir the pot Tuesday by taking a shot at Monday Night Raw. So obviously, Tony Khan is upset over this 30 minutes because now it's cutting into Rampage time. And if everybody's aware, he's now doing I think an hour start, run-in on SmackDown off of YouTube. But during the discussion about Friday night's episode, WWE SmackDown at FS1 doing the 30-minute overrun, Khan didn't hold back on regarding thoughts on the WWE product. Appearing in Mom's Basement with Robbie Fox and Barstool Sports, Khan offered the following critique of Raw. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm not saying we're sure we'll win, and maybe the odds are against us in some ways, but we're going to give a better show, I know. And if you don't believe me, go home. Go watch the Go Home show, Raw. That sucked.
Wow. Look at Captain Nerdy getting all talkative.
Jason Kessler says Vince won't bail out the $1 Million Man.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Either way, I wouldn't be shocked if he did. I mean, if he didn't, okay. But I wouldn't be shocked if he did, to be very honest.
So what's going on with Khan?
Tony Khan's feeling his oats because he knows that AEW is getting some momentum. We both know that AEW is getting some momentum. But why don't you tell me what you really told me off the air about wrestling in general, the state of the business?
I'll be fair with everybody. I'm going to tell you, I think wrestling is dying.
That's rough, man.
And I think
that's
the
rough.
World of wrestling. So
I don't believe it's dying, but I do believe what you're getting at because it's definitely hurting.
Well, let's backtrack a little bit.
It still gets millions of people watching every week, so if it's not the end of the world.
If everybody didn't know, when I met Farrow, Farrow brought me into the wrestling world. As a wrestling fan.
I'm guilty for this, folks.
But when we used to watch wrestling, B40, welcome, man. Haven't seen you in a little bit, man. Thank you for joining. Stinger 10, thank you, buddy.
Stinger.
By the way, he says Khan's a spoiled little market is killing the wrestling business.
Yeah. I'm not a fan
B40,
of
Tony Khan grew up watching Monday Night Wars. It's like trying to live some childhood dream. These are really good points,
yeah, there's nothing
guys.
were with that. That makes perfect sense to me, what he just said.
But I asked you earlier, I said, hey, Farrow, do you remember when we used to watch wrestling? Were we anti-NWA?
No.
Were we anti-Memphis? Were we anti-Florida Championship Wrestling?
No, not at all. We loved all wrestling, and we were really appreciative when we got the chance to see it.
Okay, I will tell you, I've become pro. Obviously, if people watch the show, I'm pro WWE, always have been.
Right.
I feel like I have to choose sides because I got to be honest with you. I am around a lot of older wrestling experts who I just want to punch in the effing face.
Yeah.
Because they make me want to hate AEW.
Right.
Because they're so anti-Vince McMahon. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm going to repeat it, that Vince McMahon, the day he dies or passes, everybody's going to regret it. This guy made wrestling. Whether you liked how he changed it or didn't like it, the fact of the matter, he brought wrestling mainstream along with Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper and so many others.
WrestleMania is the Super Bowl, and it's had amazing success over the years. Yep, I totally agree. I don't. And I think I said to you too that we're in a world now where you have to choose a side and you have to hate the other side. And if you don't hate the other side, then you're not on my side. It's lame. It's lame. It's become lame. I actually have the nerve to enjoy both shows. Imagine that. I'm a pro wrestling fan, and your negative shit on the keyboard's not going to change what I think.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't think Vince McMahon is Satan. Guys, get a grip. You know, I mean, no, not down there.
PJ Tate says, I'm pro good wrestling. I don't honestly care who's putting it on.
Absolutely.
So he loves pro wrestling.
That's right. I'm with him on that one. Absolutely. That's what I
Jason
look for.
Kessler, you're right about Vince and the WWF. So I get it. But Tony Khan is wearing me out. He's a spoiled little rich man who never did anything, in my opinion. And
Right.
And he's the one starting the fight with the WWE.
Of course
He's
he is.
trying to get the rub. Patrick Rose says, I disagree. Patrick, elaborate. I don't know what you disagree with. There's many things we're speaking about. Please put your comments so I could read them.
I recognize
to the Pharaoh.
Patrick. What's up, Patrick? Okay.
So go ahead.
I mean, basically, I don't really care for Tony Khan either, to tell you the truth. And okay, you know what? He's just a rich fan, pretty much, right? Isn't he just a rich fan with a richer father? I mean, isn't that how this goes?
Is his father richer? I don't know.
Well, he owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. He must have more money than Junior, you know, I would think. But wait till he finds out about all the money that Junior's giving to these WWE casts off. And then all of a sudden the bank book goes like this. You know, he's going to throw a shit fit. He's going to be like, what the fuck? You know, I think it's got the potential to be WCW all over again.
The potential's there.
I think it does, you know.
The potential is also there that, you know, that you have two wrestling companies that are okay.
I wouldn't mind two wrestling companies being good for a while. Leave it be.
If you're the WWE,
works for me.
You're not failing. Okay?
No,
I'm sorry, guys. You're
failing.
going. They're doing Crown Jewel. They're getting paid $55 million. You can't fail at that level.
By the way, I hate Crown Jewel.
Why?
I don't like it.
Why?
Because they save one of their major pay-per-views. They go over to Saudi Arabia or wherever it is they go, and the fans, it's just not the same feel. Every week you see the fans and their reactions every week, and look, I'm stating facts. It's all in different American cities, the WWE fan base, the passion, or whatever you want, or the lack thereof. If you're an AEW fan, considering
More
passion.
Sangstrom says tribalism, Rangers versus Devils, Giants versus Jets.
Sure.
Mets. I get it. No, I totally get that.
Sure.
But this is okay. We're making this wrestling war.
Right.
The fans are making this
Right.
wrestling war.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, look, I don't want to be. I don't want to give a spoiler, but from what I'm understanding, we spoke about this.
Yeah.
Adam Cole turns on Britt Baker on Saturday.
I love that.
I have to tune in for that.
I want to see that.
Even though I know it's coming.
Does he kick her in the face?
I can't
Because
find
Adam
anything
Cole would
out.
do that. I'd like to see that.
But I'm going to tune in for that.
Of course.
That's worth every dime.
Yeah.
All right.
So Adam Cole and all of his 130 pounds, you're now his fan.
PJ doesn't like that show, the Crown Jewel, because there's no lead up. It's a one-off show.
Yeah, I totally feel like it's a sterile thing, and I just don't. The crowd is not the same. You think they're really invested? I don't think so. It just doesn't feel the same. I don't like it. I also don't like it because this is
a hell of a card, dude.
This is where Brock Lesnar seems to love to show up. Okay, I'll go there. Come on, Brock, wrestle more. Saudi Arabia, cha-ching. You're right. This is the dollar show, man. They're making a fortune off
They're
this
making
one show.
plenty of money, dude.
And it is a killer card.
It is a killer card.
It is a killer card.
Khan goes on to say the most important thing is that AEW does the best shows. And if you watch the shows, we built this audience from scratch. Khan pointed out there was no AEW a couple of years ago. Now AEW on TNT is the best show in many fans' eyes. And we're building and building an audience year over year. We've doubled digits every month. We're up year over year. And now we're up 30% over, right? It's a big weekend for us because we need to make a statement. We're doing such great numbers on Wednesday. So it's a bad timing to have Dynamite move to the weekend. But we built a great thing. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. You know what really annoyed me about this statement? Let me go back to it.
Go.
This really, really pisses me off. How stupid does he think we are? And how dumb does he think our memories are? We built this audience from scratch. Excuse me, you debuted on what channel? TNT?
Yeah.
So, from scratch. You know who built an audience from scratch? Paul Heyman! with ECW in little bingo halls, okay? His first show wasn't on TNT.
Bro, some really good
you were put right into it, right into the network. Don't give me this from scratch shit. You had a big head start.
Really good
from
comments.
scratch. My ass.
Bro, let me
Scratch
say this
my
again.
ass?
The wrestlers, it's not wrestling like trapeze artists, circus acrobats, clownish buffoons, actors. B40. There will be no Monday Night War again. Vince is a billionaire, and ratings don't mean as much as they did in the 90s.
True.
Great
So
great
true.
point.
So true. So true. Yep.
Mike Messier, holla, brother. He's
Whoa,
here.
what up, Mess?
Let me ask you this, Farrell.
Hit it.
Do you think AEW's reached its apex? I don't think they're getting any more fans. The fans that are the fans. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan,
does it
or
really-
whatever, Bryan Danielson,
look.
have worn. They're now part of the fabric. You know, AEW made their bones by bringing in surprises every week.
Right.
This one, new surprise. I mean, we've
Right.
discussed this before.
Right.
Are they out of bullets, and have they reached the apex? And that's the fan base they have. 1.3 million 3 million fans on Wednesday.
You know what? Logically, they may just have hit their apex, because do you think there'll be anybody to come back and make like you're talking about surprises? Who bigger than CM Punk? You guys can't get 3-4 million. You can't get 3-4 million when CM Punk coming back. Guess what? The tribal chief is king. That's what that means. That means Roman Reigns is king, and that's that. You know,
Roman Reigns is the king.
He
of
is.
the young fans.
Yeah,
that don't even know who CM Punk is.
that's right. There you go. That's it. I mean, if you're not going to get 3, 4, 5 million when CM Punk returns, you know.
Patrick, your weekly chime-in. F Boston Wrestling and senior. See the senior. You
Still
Junior,
can't
Yo
say his
Wheezy.
name. What was that? I heard Wheezy. What about Wheezy?
F Boston Wrestling and Cena Senior, Junior, Yo Wheezy.
Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of Cena Senior, he is now going to be taking sponsorship with Monty and the Pharaoh. We're finalizing the deal this week. Coming up. John Cena Senior.
John Cena Senior.
He will be selling his.
Here we go.
And advertising his soda.
Get out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You're not fucking around, are you?
I am not fucking right.
Wow.
I'm full of
And you know what?
surprises.
I can see you.
You know I'm always working.
I can see you.
I'm always working.
You are always working. When do you sleep? Do you ever sleep?
I don't, bro.
Wait a minute. I don't sleep anymore either now that I got your schedule.
That's right, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
God.
You and me, kid, all the way.
Yeah, well, you know, that's a good plan.
Tony Khan confirms Kenny Omega's world title opponent for AEW Full Gear 2021 is Hangman Adam Page.
Yes.
Well, that'll sell tons of tickets.
What?
Tons.
You know that it won't. But I'm psyched about it as a wrestling fan.
I'm so excited.
I love this matchup.
Oh, my God.
I've been wanting this from day one.
Wow.
Matter of fact,
If
this
that was
the
on
guy
free TV on a Wednesday night.
I could see it now. No, wait. Can I draw the picture?
Please do.
Okay. Wednesday night, Hangman Adam Page versus Kenny Omega for the AEW World Title. Monty gets his bottle of good fucking wine. He puts it on the table. He sits down at the ottoman. He's ready to watch the program that he's been waiting for all week. He hits the volume. Now sit right back and you'll hear a tale. He's watching Gilligan's Island because you don't give a shit about this match. Why? Why do you hate Hangman Adam Page? What's your problem?
I hate him. But it's like...
He's boring to you?
Boring.
Blasé?
Blasé.
Wow, that's a shame, man. I really want to see this match as a wrestling fan.
I had a fan argue.
They're going to be
with me.
awesome together.
I said
What?
that AEW doesn't have any stars. So someone wrote to me the other day and said, "Oh, what are you out of your mind? Shut up." And they named, and one of them was Adam Page. And I said, "Do you think that Hangman Adam?" And I'm asking the fans out there, be honest. Can Hangman Adam Page sell out an 83,000 stadium?
No.
Seat stadium.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Can Brock Lesnar? Yeah.
That's right.
Of course he can.
Can Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Can The Rock?
Yeah, The Rock.
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah. They all can. You know, not for nothing. If the Shield reunited, they would sell it out.
Wouldn't be.
You'd have to just bring back Moxley from AEW.
I'll get even better for you. Could Becky Lynch sell it out?
Yeah, she could. Sure. Becky and Charlotte? Yeah, sure. Why not?
So you love Hangman.
I
802
do.
says he loves Hangman.
I love Hangman Adam.
You know, I feel kind of bad. Like
Why?
I love everybody. We're like this family here, and I really do. You guys are our family.
Yeah.
When we disagree, I do feel bad. But 802, I'm sorry. Oh,
Don't
no,
you?
he doesn't love Hangman.
He doesn't love Hangman?
I love Hangman. No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Maria Davis hates him, too.
What is going on here? Poor Hangman Adam Page. I like him.
Hangman Page needs to go back to the Indies.
This is not right. You know they're gonna have a great match. You're gonna eat them words.
They will.
They're gonna have a great
You know what I'm
match.
going to eat? I'm going to be eating a hoagie sandwich.
Watching Gilligan's Island.
Exactly.
Skipper! I can see it now.
If you go, Monty, you had to watch that Hangman Page.
I'm not gonna go that like that. What am I, fucking a nerd? Oh, you missed it. There were arm bars and everything. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not calling you up. Oh, it was so great. You should have seen that drop kick. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Hey, let me ask you about this. Do you
What?
know all the names for these moves that everybody does out? Where did they come up with these moves?
Plancha.
Oh,
I can no. I don't give a.
Chateau Romalto.
Yeah. And it's the Spinneroonie on the Toneroonie.
I heard someone
can't.
say,
I don't even know what this.
who's the idiot mascot that does the announcing for AEW?
Lousy mask guy who does the announcing. That's his
It's like,
name.
wow, he's really got his move names down. I'm like,
The guy's name is, he's named after his sword. It's Excalibur.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's named after his sword.
Another winner. All right, we'll be back after this commercial break.
Dave Meltzer loves him. See you in a sec.
You need a body shop? You need engine repair? Auto Excellence, Collision Specialists, 631-261-6420. That's 631-261-6420. Auto Excellence.
That's right, folks. Canine Corral for all your dog daycare and overnight care. Call 631-549-1544. That's 631-549-1544.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestler broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh. Only produced and seen here out of Indie Music TV, where we're presenting a show that's called Never Interrupt Your Enemy When He's Making a Mistake.
Yeah. Well, folks, Tony Khan has addressed Vince McMahon's comments about AEW not being competition. AEW chairman responds to Vince McMahon's dismissive comments from earlier this year. Why is this a story now? It was from earlier this year.
It's always important.
What, did
to
they
bring
just
up
find
when
the
you're
email?
And by the way, before you go on,
Yeah,
Kurt
go ahead.
Fox says, I played Hangman in school. Great comment. Todd Beecraft says,
that's funny.
Hangman, never heard of her.
What the fuck?
Big Massetti
boy.
says Hangman was switched to gluten-free beer and is going to get a push now.
Yeah, well, he's on a strict diet of O'Doul's.
Oh, there
so,
you
know,
go.
he's got his shit together
All right, get
now.
back to it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's get back to it. Following Vince McMahon's prior comments about not viewing AEW as competition, AEW President Tony Khan has now given his thoughts on McMahon's words. Speaking during an interview with, what is with these weird names? D-A-Z-N. I don't even know what the fuck that, was it W-D-A-Z-N? I don't know. Khan pointed out how he's heard WWE officials will watch AEW programming. For those who've missed Vince's previous comments, this year's Q2 earnings saw him respond to questions about AEW by stating how he doesn't consider them to be competition in the way that WCW was competition back in the 90s. Well, that's pretty obvious. Not content with saying simply that, McMahon was sure to add how AEW wasn't even anywhere close to being on the same level as competition. Then moved to the question of the investments of Tony Khan's promotion, even mentioning how maybe WWE could give AEW some more of its talents. Wait a minute. You really think that Vince is like purposely letting these people go over there? What the fuck would he do that for?
You said that.
Why would he do that? Here, have Daniel Bryan?
Because he wants to make
What are
it
you,
clear
high?
he wants to make it clear that this is his company. It's
Interesting.
not the wrestler's company.
Interesting.
You want to go to AEW? Go to AEW.
That's true.
Right?
Okay. All right. Yeah, boy, Vince has got some big brass balls, doesn't he? He really does. That's pretty good. Do they see us as rivals or competition? They say we're not, but I've heard AEW shows are on the monitors in the gorilla position over there, so I take that as a compliment if they're watching us while trying to run their own
First of all,
show.
that doesn't even make sense, bro, right? Because it's like they're not even running at the same time, and AEW's taped.
Right.
It's like, when do they watch? Were they watching it on tape? I mean,
That really makes no sense.
it really makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. I mean, like on Tuesday nights, what are they watching? AEW Dark? That show sucks.
Listen, the WWE
What the hell would you watch that
episodic
for?
television. It's television.
Of course
it's not
it
even,
is.
It's not even your old school wrestling that we all grew up on, right? It's episodic soap opera television based around wrestling.
Dude, you know what? Tony Khan said, I also admire them for watching our shows because they're trying to run a show while watching another show, which is ours. It's something else. I put everything into producing our shows. There's no way I'd be watching something else, Walter. Dude, he's so full of shit. He's just throwing shit out there to see if it sticks.
Why wouldn't you?
It's so obvious. It's so obvious. And you know what? It's smart, too. He's just talking shit. It'll attract attention to his product.
By the way, Satan of the God says, does anybody remember Hillbilly Jim?
Of course.
Hillbilly Jim was on. We interviewed him.
Of course, and he sang "Don't Go Messing with a Country Boy,"
and he sang a lot of other songs on the
he
show.
He sure did. Yeah, he did. He was great.
Yeah,
we love Hillbilly Jim here at Monty and the Pharaoh.
Big Bassetti says, has Tony Khan made $1 profit yet in the wrestling business?
Yeah, there you go. So that takes care of that.
So where are you? What road are you going down right now? What are your thoughts? What is AEW competition? Does Vince really think it's competition? Or is Vince just letting Tony Khan cut his own nuts off?
I do think that currently it would be silly to say that it's not competition. It is competition. I don't take it as seriously as I did back in the days of the real wars. I think that ultimately if I have to pick a winner, it's going to be Vince. If there is such a thing as a winner at the end of the day. Honestly, I think the winner is already Vince. The WWE is a legendary company and is well established. So congratulations, Tony Khan, for your 2-year anniversary. Meet the other company that's been around for over half a century. What do you want? You know, I think at the end of the day, Vince will win either way. I'd be shocked. The only way that Vince doesn't win, if he does what I keep hearing these horrible rumors, if he ever sells to Disney, I will lose my shit.
If he ever sells to Disney,
I will lose my shit.
That, to me, is the end of professional wrestling.
To me, it's, as we know it, that's for shit, sure. You know? And then what did I say to you off the air? Wouldn't that be interesting, though, if one day wrestling collapses and all that's left are the old days when we turned to UHF to watch Florida Championship Wrestling, like all that's left is like Ring of Honors.
That'd be pretty cool.
Honestly, I would have no problem with that because I still love wrestling. So all of this, blah, 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 pick a side, choose a side, you know what? Give me my pro wrestling because that's what I want to see. So and if it's good, I'll watch it. I don't care if it's offered to me in a box.
Good comments. B40 says WWE, Rolling Stones, AEW, some indie band.
Wow.
HJJ says Tony has nuts, Vince has grapefruits.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, I gotta tell you, it seems
fine.
like the wrestling fan really doesn't like Tony Khan as much as he plays this face all the time. It seems like they don't like him. I don't like him.
It depends on the wrestling fan you're talking to because the typical AEW, like, hypnotized Mark is going to love Tony Khan and anything that happens over there. Like I told you, when CM Punk farts, that smelled awesome.
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean, they'll root for anything they do over there.
Maria Davis, Vince isn't worried. He knows Tony Khan is just talking.
Right,
He'll never be Vincent.
No.
Kennedy.
No.
McMahon.
No one could be Vincent Kennedy.
Man, I
McMahon.
love Vincent Kennedy.
Of course, I do too.
802 wants to know your thoughts on Fatu and Hammerstone match.
Oh, my God. Great shit.
Dude, I got to catch more MLW.
Fatu. What is he going to be with Vince? I mean, it's obvious he's such a fit. Fatu's great. Hammerstone's great. I don't know what Hammerstone's not doing in the
Are you watching MLW?
I watch it. I try. I'm not going to fib and say I watch every week, but I do try to check it out at least a couple of times a month. And I always look for Hammerstone. I'm sorry, I'm a huge mark for Hammerstone. He's built like a.
They're on Viceland, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to catch them on Viceland,
right?
But you watch a little bit. Where are the Von Erichs rolling?
I try.
The Von Erichs are now?
Well, the Von Erichs have made their noise there, but what bothers me about the whole thing is why I gotta ask you this, and I can't give you storylines and script updates if that's what you're looking for.
Right.
But I can say this much: why are they not yet in either AEW or WWE? What's up with that? What, the last name doesn't carry any? Why?
I think.
Are they afraid because of the history of the family with the horrible tragedies or something? Why would they be?
Move is you can't see the other mistake AEW. I'm going to give myself props for this because I just thought about this.
Yeah, give yourself props.
I think AEW is making the mistake because they're trying to shove too much shit, 50 pounds in a 1 pound bag, right?
Right.
Where it seems like WWE is a slow build, right? It's like, all right, Roman's going to feud with Cesaro, and then he's going to feud with Jimmy Uso, and then we're going to build the bloodline, and he's going to do this, and it's just building and building.
They've had some good storylines in AEW.
But everything seems very rushed to me in AEW. Before you know it, boom, the big match is here already. I mean,
Right.
Big Bassetti says Fatu is banned from the WWE. He got in serious trouble when he was younger. I did not know that.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that either.
Man, I wish I knew more stuff. Yeah. Mike Chioda, the former referee for the WWE, he also thinks that Vince is worried about AEW.
Okay.
He says they're selling out arenas. Their energy of the crowd is phenomenal. They went from one show to 2 shows now. Everybody's talking about AEW.
Mike's just mad that he's not with Vince no more.
Wow.
That's what I think.
Wow.
What, I can't keep it simple, stupid?
No, you keep it
the KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I just think he's just pissed off that he's not there no more. What the fuck? Who's he kidding? Well,
I think he was just asked a simple question.
Yeah, all right, you're right. And you know what? Not for nothing. I'd love to have Mike Chioda on the show.
Would you really?
I love him. I think he's a great ref. But I just have to assume he's probably pretty pissed off. I don't know why they would ever let him go, to tell you the truth. Anyway,
Chris Patty Bootleg says, "Looking for sounding great, guys. Abe, great work. Look at Abe out of the bullpen.
Abe.
Knocking it out.
He's Mariano. He's out of the bullpen.
He's out of the bullpen.
Nice.
All right, we'll be right back with Never Interrupt Your Enemy when he's making a mistake.
We shall return. And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
Jimmy, I gotta take a dump.
What?
No, I need a dumpster.
Well, for all those needs, you need to call Big V Dumpster Rental, Long Island, New York, 631-900-DUMP.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestler broadcast, Monty DeFaro, seen every Thursday, produced out of the great indie music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York. Jimmy, WWE Chairman Vince McMahon, does the booking for the company. The latest episode of Sportskeeda Wrestling Legion of Raw saw former, one of my favorites, WWE writer Vince Russo speak about the current state of WWE's Monday Night Show.
Yeah.
The former WWE head writer specifically spoke about WWE Raw's women's champion Charlotte Flair and speculated that the company is deliberately trying to make her look bad on television. Bro, I'm telling you something is being done purposely. Bro, did you see how they lit her to make her look? She looks hideous, bro. The shadows on her face, bro. The shadows on her face made her look hideous, bro. They lit her that way, bro.
I don't see bro there.
These are professional lighting people. They
bro.
lit her to...
I thought it was coming.
All right, let's get our act. They lit her to look hideous.
Bro.
If I'm Charlotte Flair and I watch a show back, I'm cutting a promo like, are you kidding me? Bro. I'm supposed to be a star on your television show, and that's how you're going to light me? Bro. Oh, my God. Bro. It was horrible.
Bro.
Vince Russo.
What the fuck?
Thoughts?
All I learned from this statement was bro. That's all I know. Did he say anything else besides bro?
No.
I didn't think so. Does it matter when he says
anything? That guy should thank God that he must have stepped on 4 four-leaf clovers and got hit by lightning.
Yeah.
Because that guy's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, pretty much, And then he put the belt on himself. Yeah. That was no good. And killed WCW.
So, personally, I think Charlotte Flair looks friggin' hot every time on
Charlotte
Monday
Flair
night.
looks fucking great.
Do you think she looks hideous on Raw?
What the fuck is going on here? Besides, didn't anybody notice? And by the way, this was Charlotte's decision. Charlotte, a while back, dude. Now, do you remember Charlotte when she was just a kid? Do you remember seeing Charlotte? Because she actually came out as a kid one time during one of Rick's things. She was like 16. She looks like that again. She stopped with all the makeup.
Yeah.
Now she looks like the real Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
And if you think that that's hideous, that's your problem. Charlotte Flair's awesome.
Stinger's
You
10.
know?
Bro. Happy
What up?
birthday, Davio. Happy birthday. Can you sing Davio a happy birthday song, please?
What am I, Marilyn Monroe? I'm going to start sexily singing into this thing?
Sure,
Why
why
would I
not?
look like that?
Give him a nice happy birthday. It's his birthday.
Happy birthday. What's the name?
Davio.
Davio to you. There you go. I just did it.
Very
Hey,
nice.
wait a second,
Very
though.
nice. That was well done.
Well,
I
tried.
applaud you.
Oh, thank you.
Bro.
Thank you. How did I know I was being set up for another bro? Unbelievable. By the way, I don't want everybody to send their gifts all at once, but the Pharaoh's birthday is Sunday. Did you know that? I was made in a lab.
Wait
You
a
didn't
minute,
know that?
it's Sunday?
Yeah, this Sunday.
Why did I think your birthday passed? Someone just, you know what? I think Chris wrote me and said Pharaoh's birthday soon. I said, no, it passed already.
No, it didn't pass. Gas passed from the diner last night, but
I'm
not
sorry,
my birthday. Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
good. We'll have to, what day is it?
It's on Sunday. You'll be sure not to send me something on Sunday. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm very happy you're still with us.
Yeah, it is a miracle, isn't it?
On the
54
other
years.
end, Pat McAfee commented on Vince McMahon.
What do you think of him, by the way?
Fantastic.
Isn't he awesome?
Unbelievable.
He's hilarious.
Great announcer.
Hey, he is a
that
good
whole
one.
announcing team is great.
Yeah, they are.
And all these Michael Cole. I want to hear what the fans have to say too.
What, you mean the ultimate professional?
I
Michael
love
Cole?
Michael Cole.
Michael Cole's funny.
I hear these
There's nothing wrong with
pro
him.
wrestling experts talking trash about Michael Cole. I don't get it.
You know why? Well, I'll explain it.
Explain it.
Because they pipe into his ear what he's saying. He has to say everything Vince tells him to say. Yeah, say everything Vince tells him to say. So he's not organic like wrestling announcers are, like Excalibur.
Dude, if that's organic, I'm
Davio says, right on, Monty DeFaro. I appreciate that song.
you are
was icing
so
on a
welcome.
cake.
Happy birthday.
Maria Davis says, happy birthday, Farrell.
Oh, thank you, Maria. Thank you. It's tough
So
turning. It's
you are
tough turning
Cole-
20 years
You
old.
are a Cole fan. You look good for your age, dude.
I'm trying.
I would say.
I'm trying.
If I,
Don't-
and I'm
Dad,
being
Dad,
honest, honest.
Dad.
If I didn't know you, I would think you're probably in your early 40s.
Okay.
And I think that's a
I would
fair
have
analysis.
appreciated late 30s, but I know I'm pushing it.
Bro, that's
I,
pushing
I am pushing it. I
Phil
understand.
says, happy birthday, Jimmy. God love you.
Thank you, Phil. Phil is
Very
one.
nice
By the
of you
way,
guys.
Phil is one clever dude, man. I love all of his comments. He's hilarious.
B40 says, I'd go to the Vince Russo video store in Portion Road in Maconkla back in the day.
Portion Road.
Was he like B40? He was like, bro, I got this new videotape.
Yo, bro, it just came in Betamax, bro. It's the shit. Oh, forget the Betamax. I got VHS now, bro.
A mess says, I wonder if that's how he got in the WWE Hall of Fame. Vince Russo is full of himself. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame.
He's not in the Hall of
I don't
Fame.
think.
No,
but
not
here's an
Vince
important
Russo.
point. It says Devin Nicholson likes him, by the way.
Okay, that's Hannibal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's fine. If that's what he wants, that's good.
Hannibal likes him
I like
because
Hannibal.
Vince
Hannibal's
Russo
cool.
gave Hannibal a shout out.
I don't think Hannibal needs a shout out from Vince Russo.
Well, it's kind of
Does he?
nice, I guess.
Does he
Vince
really
Russo
at this
was
point?
a big name.
What
at
he
some point.
was one thing. What he is now is another thing, isn't it? I mean, does he have a big audience anymore, Vince Russo?
I don't think so.
So there you go.
Happy birthday, says Chris Lee.
Ah, thanks, Chris. Thank you. All the way from
So
Australia.
anyway, Pat McAfee says other people probably talking about Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn in his ear,
Yeah.
just like Michael Cole.
Right.
And he says, I'm going to tell you how Bruce Pritchard's fucking awesome. Kevin Dunn is awesome. He's in my ear every single show. And by the way, Vince McMahon's in my ear. Awesome. I don't ever see him in real life anymore, though. I just hear him like a voice of God in my ear.
What do you? I'm not a big Kevin Dunn guy. What's wrong with me with Kevin Dunn? Can you explain that one? Why do I not like Kevin
He's
Dunn?
a genius.
Is he a genius?
A genius.
Tell me why he's a genius. I need. Educate me on Kevin Dunn because I don't usually.
I'll make it really simple.
I don't get a good
the
impression.
WWE is a billion-dollar conglomerate.
Okay. And that's Kevin Dunn?
And Kevin Dunn was a huge part of that. Kevin Dunn's been with that organization
Okay.
since the early 80s or late 80s, right?
Okay. All right. Interesting. I had never really thought of him that
Hey, look
way.
at this shit. Wait a minute, man. Now I'm pissed. See, you're patting Hannibal on the fucking back, right?
I didn't pat him on the back. I just said he's
Big
okay with
Bassetti
us.
says
What?
Hannibal's going to do what you did with Tony, with Shane Douglas.
Wait a minute. I'm not mad at Hannibal. Give Shane a call right now. Call Shane Douglas.
I'm not
What's
gonna
that
call
all?
Shane
What's
during
that?
the
Wait,
show.
you have the number. What's up with that? Shane's one of our first dudes. No, that can't happen. Nope. Call Shane.
I'm not going to call him that.
Well, what else is
Jordan
new?
Holden says, Blood Hunter.
Who's that? What is that? Oh, that's from that lousy company that folded.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
Hannibal against Monty and the Pharaoh now.
Yeah,
We gotta
okay,
push Big
that's-
Fat Whale to the side. It's gonna be
Yeah,
Hannibal
well,
Monty.
you know what?
Actually, we get along well with Hannibal.
I like Hannibal.
But you know what, man, Big, I got to be honest with you. You know what? You know, it's a compliment. You got to steal our ideas. Go ahead.
He is stealing our idea.
It's not a bad idea.
You're welcome,
Listen,
Hannibal.
You're welcome, Hannibal.
It's all good, bro.
Send a check to the Big Vassetti.
Send the
Please.
check. Hannibal's still waiting for his checks from Abdullah. The fuck?
All right, real quick, you got the Crown Jewel coming on.
Yeah.
Just going to run it down. Roman Reigns against Brock Lesnar.
What a great match, dude. Come on. You're not super pumped
I'm
for
pumped.
this?
I'll be watching.
Fucking fantastic. Who's winning?
Who's
though?
taking it?
I can't see Brock Lesnar getting pinned. Why do I have such a problem with Brock Lesnar ever getting pinned?
See, this is where
Roman's winning.
I think it's a double count out
Okay.
or disqualification.
It should be.
Old school.
I think it should be.
The
I really do.
The Big E
I mean, that would be
experiment-
the right prediction.
The Big E experiment, which seems to be failing right now against Drew McIntyre.
Why do you say that it's failing?
Friggin' Raw was like 1.4. The stadium only had 4,000 people
Right.
in it. I mean,
You
when's
know
the
I
last
wasn't-
time you saw 4,000 people in a stadium?
Look, you know I never thought of Big E as world
you did.
championship.
I must say.
You know
you
that.
didn't think he was, and I argued with
Yeah.
you, and then I was gloating when he won it.
Yeah, no.
Then you might be right. Big
no,
E may not be
but
the
I,
man.
but I don't. Do you think they would take it off of him so fast? I don't think
you
so.
can't give it to him.
I think Big E's going to top McIntyre. I mean, you know,
Kurt Fox says Russo was the worst thing for wrestling business.
he was
bro.
yeah, bro. Yeah, he wasn't really that great in the end, was he? He destroyed WCW. And he clearly proved that when he's on his own, he could not get it done. I don't want to hear the excuses.
802 says double count out Reigns.
He's right. I think so.
All right, so Biggie Drew McIntyre.
I think Big E should get the win
I
there.
agree.
You
Triple
know?
threat match: Bianca, Sasha, Becky. Can't see Becky not walking. out with
Becky's
the belt.
leaving with the belt.
But we got a problem. Now we still got a SmackDown champion on Raw and a Raw champion on SmackDown.
Yeah, we do. Someone's got to drop something,
or something.
right?
If they do that title exchange, annoying.
They might.
Goldberg, Lashley.
Goldberg's killing him.
Which would be the right thing to do?
Goldberg's going to win this match.
It's Seth Rollins in a Hell of a Cell.
Seth.
Okay. Randy Orton and Riddle versus AJ and Omos.
Wait a minute. Seth can't win the match because he got the best of him last time. He's going to beat him again? Edge can't lose that way. You know what I mean? He almost killed Edge.
Here's a question for you.
You know?
A
The
lot
whole
of
thing
peop-
was he almost killed him.
A lot of people all upset about Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, they treat him like trash. He loses all the time.
You know how many belts he's won in that company?
Thank you.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember back in the day, did people cry because Baron Mikel Cicluna was a scrub on All-Star Wrestling at midnight every week?
He used to be tag team
That's
champion,
what I'm
and
saying.
he was tag team
That's
champion.
right.
He used to be up
Thank
at the
you.
top of the card.
Thank you.
It's called getting old, folks.
Thank you.
That's what it's called.
Thank you.
And not everybody can be.
Oh, my God. Finally, the voice of reason.
Yeah, and by the way, not everybody can grow old like Randy fucking
Loose in the
Orton.
house.
Like Randy Orton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Randy Orton don't get no scrubbing because look at the man.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, guys. I mean, that's really. Kevin's father, Dennis Dunn, serves as executive producer for Intermedia Productions, a program producer and a syndicator, the first commissioned by Vince McMahon Sr. to handle production beginning in 1972.
Wow.
Great comment.
wow. So this thing goes back to
Way back.
through the family.
But back to the
Interesting.
jobbing of old stars. Yes. Think about it, guys. Mr. Wrestling number 2 came to the WWE in the late or mid 80s
Boy, was that
and
a
was
mess.
a scrub.
Right. Yeah, that was messed up. That was messed up. But Mr. Wrestling 2 was also like 55 years old under that mask. Or whatever he was.
I understand.
You
but
know what I mean?
Sooner or later, you have to.
Pass
Pass
the
the
torch.
torch.
Absolutely. And Jeff Hardy, by the way, is he's great anyway. What's the difference? You know, what do you want him to win the world title tomorrow? Do you really think that's best for business?
Chris Lee says Jeff's in his 60s.
That's rough.
The thing I'm worried about is notice that Jeff's got like some kind of eyeball on his eyelids.
Jeff's a strange bird.
That guy's a whack.
Jeff's a strange bird, but
What a
Jeff's
freak.
a great performer.
freak.
I got to admit though, when Jeff won the world title, did you buy into it back in the day?
Nope.
I didn't.
Didn't care.
You know, yeah, I didn't buy into it.
Didn't care.
You know,
Didn't care.
Randy Orton and Riddle versus AJ Styles and what do you call him? Almost.
Almost.
Yeah, almost for the WWE Raw Championship. Is this where? When are Randy and Riddle gonna break up? And how's it gonna happen?
I don't think it's going to be for a while.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Why ruin something that's good?
It is good.
You know what? I've been waiting for certain breakups, but now that I'm getting older and I realize smart business, John Cena staying face always made sense, even though I want him to be a heel.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Not breaking up the New Day, not a mistake. They're money makers, right? They're the New Day. They're the greatest tag team of all time, right?
Guys, chime in out there. Was it a mistake when they turned Stone Cold heel? Because I've heard many debates about that. Why don't you guys write in and let us know what you think? Because, to this day, I still wonder about that one. You think it was the right move to turn Stone Cold heel? Now, WrestleMania 17...
Phil says almost, LOL.
Yeah, almost. WrestleMania 17, where Stone Cold turned heel, was probably the best WrestleMania ever, just by the card itself and everything that happened. But was that a good business move to turn Stone Cold Steve Austin officially a heel? When his best thing was he was a good guy who acted like a bad guy. Now he's a bad guy.
I think
when they turned him.
at the time it wasn't bad. It was some funny gimmicks. I think it would.
He was
for
funny.
A change. It was funny.
He was
Loose
funny.
Cannon says Adonis is Ventura, cool as fuck. Hell yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
That is my favorite tag team of all time. Love them.
Yeah, they were great. No
Patrick
argument.
Rose says, Ernie, the big cat lad, now you're talking.
I love Ernie Ladd.
All right,
telling
we're
you,
almost out of time,
what
so
a
I want to
gem.
remind everybody, next week, please go to montyandthefaro.com, send us a message, we will book a time. You have to be by your computer. You'll be emailed the link about 1 minute before your time. You're just going to click on that link. It'll pipe us into me and the Pharaoh, and then boom, let's converse. You will be on video and ask whatever you want.
So don't wear your pajamas.
Don't
Make
wear
sure
your pajamas.
Make sure you're decent.
Yep.
You know.
If you're Mandy Rose, don't wear anything.
Yeah, you're right. Don't wear anything, Mandy. You're right. I agree. Okay, that's
What
fair. That's fair.
question are you most fear of having? Because we ask us anything. We're going to answer whatever you want to answer.
Fear?
Is there any fear of any question?
Fear? What are you talking about? What would I fear?
I don't know. Is it a crazy question that could come out? They'd be like, oh, I don't want to talk about that.
Wow, I haven't thought about that. Like, like what if like somebody like maybe asked like, religious questions or something? That might be a little strange.
Could be crazy.
Just don't ask me any political questions like, which side I'm on, because I'm not on anybody's side. But that's me.
All right.
Because I don't think they're on our side. None of them. Anyway.
And then on October 28th, we have Ahmed Johnson will be
wait a
in
minute.
studio.
We're getting I can't even say it now the way you were doing it.
Ahmed.
It's Ahmad Johnson.
It's Ahmed.
It's almost Johnson.
It's almost.
Is he bringing his Johnson with him?
You're not really a huge fan of his, right?
I'm not saying that. No, because I know what will happen. He'll be sitting here. He'll be sitting here, and you'll be like, "Hey, Ahmad, did you hear? Pharaoh's not the biggest fan of you." Then he's going to beat me up live on the show, and that's not going to be fun. Because, you do those sorts of things. Hey, Coco Beware! Did you hear that Pharaoh doesn't think he should be in the Hall of Fame? Next thing I know, Coco Beware's banging my head on the table.
That was pretty funny.
That was not funny. That hurt. I had to take 2 Advil.
Well, I'm actually kind of excited to have him on. So I think it'll be fun. He's not on a lot of people's shows.
Dude, that guy was jacked back in the day.
802 says, I met Rick Martel.
What? Do you know how long I've been wanting to get Rick Martel down? Where was he, 802? Could you slip him more number, please?
And just announced on November 12th from 8 to 10 p.m., that's a Friday, we got something called A Family Affair.
What?
Where superstar Bill Dundee will be interviewed along with his son.
Wow, okay.
PG-13.
Nice.
You remember PG-13?
I remember Bill Dundee a lot more, obviously, especially from the wrestling magazines.
Yeah,
that guy was always on the front of the back covers or something.
Was he like 5'2" or something like that?
What? We can ask him when he gets here. Weren't you 5'2"? Weren't. Think about that.
You look like you're 4'9" now.
Yeah. What happened?
Superstar Bill Dundee.
I heard he's a pretty scrappy kind of guy.
Is that the guy that got in a fight with Savage?
I think that might have been.
All right, so we want to remind people again. We have Tuesdays with Tony Atlas.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday. And Tuesday with Sunny Beach, Sunny Days. Right?
Are we going to have... Wait a minute. We're not going to have Sunny on Sundays? It's Sundays with Sunny Beach?
No. Sunny is on Tuesdays leading into Tony.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And then we have debuting this Monday, Mondays with Macho Man.
Macho Man Days.
Macho Man Days.
Right, on Monday. Right. Okay.
Yes,
very good. And maybe Marty down the road too, right?
A rocker.
Yeah, you never know.
A rocker.
Oh, like Sean. Oh, yeah, I've decided to leave church and stop shooting deer to do Monty and the Pharaoh.
I got my sunglasses
Stop
on.
shooting.
His eye will be looking over there.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Welcome to Monty and the Pharaoh. Anyway.
Right. I can only see
Chris
Monty
Lee
the Pharaoh's
says
over there.
Dundee pulled a gun on Savage.
Wow. Dude, you better not ask him about that 5'2" question.
No, I won't.
That wouldn't be a good idea, you know?
All right, Pharaoh, so any last... Luce has a Kerry Von Erich autograph? Man, I'm a little jealous. Davio says, beware of Jamie Dundee interviews.
What? We're going to do a little research before he gets here.
I think it's going to be fun. Jamie Dundee's off the hook. Give him some GFW. He'll be fun.
There you go.
All right, so Pharaoh, in the end, let's close the show. Never interrupt your enemies when he's making a mistake.
Yeah.
It's kind of an open storyline. Who is the one making the mistake?
Tony Khan. Tony Khan is making the mistake because Tony Khan really is just a fan. And he's spending with his wrestling heart. He's not spending with his business mind. And you've seen the payroll. You've seen the ratings. I know you know the finances that's going on behind that company. You've looked at it. They're not in the positive where they should be. So when a company is not run by a true businessman, it usually implodes, especially in the wrestling business, because it's usually a fan who got some money and thought he knew what he was doing, and then everything goes to shit eventually. We've seen it independently, whether it's here in New York. We've even seen, look, Paul Heyman has a great business mind, but I think there's a little more fan in Paul even than there was, compared to Vince McMahon.
Great comment.
This was Vince McMahon's family business going back to Grandpa. These guys know how to do this business. So I think the big mistake, you know what? It's not a mistake for Tony Khan to run his mouth. He's calling attention to his product. But it is a mistake if he thinks that he's going to beat him. He's not going to beat him, And if he does beat him, okay, fine. I'll be the first one to admit I was wrong, but I don't think that that's going to happen. And I really enjoy what's going on right now. We got two good companies out there. The wrestling fan wins. He gets to see good shows across the board. And that's that. But I still flip over to the tribal chief first. Doesn't that say it all?
Says it all.
That says it all.
All right, with that, you've been watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Again, it's been our honor to put this show on for you guys. Thank you again for your loyalty and being here every Thursday. It means the world to us. We hope you enjoyed it. We're looking forward to having you guys video call-in groundbreaking next week.
Yeah.
We're so excited to see your faces and talk to you. It's going to be a blast. Jimmy, send us out.
You've been watching Monty and the Pharaoh, and until next week when we get to chat live together, later.